I'm gonna do this fairly quickly, but I encourage you if to just let me say an offset. I encourage you to come by the school to go deeper and see the school and see it in action. So I'm going to zip through a few things that I think are important. Two things I want to mention that I didn't mention before, which are kind of important. But hopefully, I guess this was providential because one of the things that I wanted to mention was I'm hoping what you got from the conversations is that our focus of attention is for children not to comply, but to develop a love of learning. And there's ample evidence in SK's history of that happening. Matter of fact, I'm putting Karen on the spot here. One of her daughter, who's brilliant, and as well as her son. The reason she took French as a major and now is doing study internationally is because of Madame, the French class, and this is not. That's not an isolated incident. This is a very common thing. We have children, we have parents who complain, literally complain, that my child won't go to sleep because they're reading. And then they got the flashlights and, it is like, that's a problem. but these are the type of children we help develop. So, but in the end, what I would suspect as a parent of a fairly young child, you kind of want to know the brass taxes. What's the bottom line? And so let me give you some facts that I think that hopefully will illuminate that. So I'm going to share my screen. Karen, will you just let me, because I won't see it because it will be full screen, just verify that everybody that you can see it, please. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do this. Can you see my screen?
Yes, just expand it so it's full screen now.
Gotcha. Okay. Make this really quick, everybody. So
there you go. Perfect.
Awesome. So, actually, I do see everybody. Oh, cool. Let me just make sure. All right. So what this is just a quick, a very simple illustration of what our trajectory is for children. And if you see that on our beginning line, that is a student independence. Student dependence. And sorry, I went too fast. Sorry. Where independence and where we expect our children in preschool, young five, kindergarten to need support in their development, but we're focused in on having children discover themselves and to discover their strengths and opportunities for growth. So we work on ensuring that children continue that growth pattern, not comply, not just do because the adults said to do it only, but also intrinsically understand the benefit of understanding, maturing, the benefit of seeing themselves as part of the community, the benefit of learning. This is vitally important to SK's philosophy. Now, I want you to take a look at this. These are the 16 skills required for a 21st century. And I harped on about 21st century skills. Now, I think it's fair to say the majority of parents still today went through a 20th century educational experience. And if you look at this chart, if you look at the foundational literacies, if you look at 1, 2, 3, and quite possibly 5, maybe 4, these are the type of things that we probably experience. And to be truth be told, that most schools, even today, whether they're public, private, parochial, these are what they still focus on. They still, you look at what they speak about at the beginning of their of their literature or even conversation. It will be literacy, numeracy, scientific literacy, sometimes ICT literacy, sometimes some other things. But we, SK, we look at the entire necessities for skills. We look at the competencies. We look at the character qualities. So we take not only the foundational, but we also look at curiosity. We want children to take initiative. And we very much think it's very important for children to have persistence and grit and adaptability. We do not know what our children will face as they become adults. We do not know what the world will look like. The major change that is happening, what is people talking about right now and around the world, is AI and its impact. That will continue to impact the foundational literacies that people are still teaching. But what AI cannot do is be adaptive, persistent, take initiative, curious, and lead. So these are the skills that we think are critically important for our children to experience and know as they develop in our school. Why is it not moving? So again, 20th century student, if you look at the top left, you have children in rows raising their hand. Nothing wrong with that, but is it relevant for today's child? Again, and look at 20th century job, cubicles, siloed, everyone kind of doing their own thing. We believe, and this is an actual picture of our classroom, notice that the kids are in a group and the teacher is not standing in front. The teacher is on eye level with the children. This is a conversation. This is a collaboration with students engaged in a topic. And this, of course, is how work gets done now and will more than likely continue to get work done in the future. So let me get out of that and show you one more thing. I think actually, no, maybe. So yeah, I think that's it. So, all right. So with that, let me give you a few more facts about SK. As you know, Ann Arbor is a college town. So learning and academic rich environment is precedent for the Ann Arbor community. We have families, a large percentage of families who are affiliated with University of Michigan, either on the academic, administrative, or healthcare side. That is a large percentage of our student population. We can say, based upon NWEA MAP assessment, that our average child performs 2 years above grade level. And that's, again, we have some go well above that, and we have some kids who might just slightly be below that. But we still, in either case, we have the flexibility and the adaptability to support children on any case level. We noticed that we got a significant number of people from out of town, people who come to Ann Arbor from either outside the country or from a different state seem to be attracted to SK. So we have a pretty high percentage of out of town folk, including me. So that's something that we thought was kind of interesting to note. And we're very proud of this fact. We did not do this intentionally, but we found out just recently that our diversity is beautiful. We have literally 67% of our student body who identifies non-white, and that is exceptionally rare in a school like ours. I've never seen it, and I've lived around all over the world. So that was something that I thought was quite wonderful to see and calculate. And we also have diversity in for families with who may have less resources. We devote 20% of our reserve cash reserves to ensure that 20% of our families receive either portions or full FA. at our school. And with a final thought, and then I'll close it for questions, is this. You being here or participating this is a clear indication that your children will be absolutely fine no matter where they go. And I can't overstate that, because what's most important about children's success is the parent. What we hope and what we like is for parents who see what we do and what we believe and how and why we do our work, if it complements what they want for their children. But make no mistake, your children will be absolutely fine no matter what school they attend, because they have you as a parent. And the evidence of that is that your time and commitment to investigating the SK and I'm sure other places. What we seek out is those who see our philosophy and it marries with what they want for their children. Children to be adaptable, children to have self-efficacy, children to love learning and see the world as a world of possibilities. These are the things we seek. So with that, I want to close and thank all of our staff who participate. Thank you all parents for showing up. And